Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a gold soldier player. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on, all that good stuff. So here we go. Taking the high ground. Usually you would run out a little more directly for this high ground. You wouldn't actually try to wait. You'd actually try to go, no, I want to get here first. I want to be able to battle for this. It is that big of a deal, assuming that you're on the high ground team, which you frequently will be a soldier. Yeah. So you see this? Now you're in this unfortunate situation where he has, as minor as it is, he has the high ground on you. He also has a mercy boost, but you were always going to have to deal with the fact that he has a mercy boost. But you had the ability to get here before he did, so that this disadvantage was less. Now you're just in sort of like a, hey, he's got the high ground, I have to shoot up, he gets to shoot down, more likely to hit headshots. Now you've wandered away from your cover two. This is just not what we wanted. Like, this might be a place that you'd retreated to, but you wanted to try to take this fight up here. Okay.
Much better.
Owie. No, 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 no! The healing station! Oof! Hey, Game Buster. Lost a character selection, didn't pick Bastion. I just walk off the map 2 or 3 times. Ouch! Ouch! Hey, Alice. Okay, so... you're dropping the healing station. What a passive healing station. Okay. So, if we were going to healing station this, I want our healing station further out here so it gets us more surface area and more ability to chase into the open. You see how this works where it's like, hey, I planted my healing station is here. Yes, you did want your healing station to have the ability to heal you while you were behind cover, but if you'd put your healing station, say here, for example, instead of being here where it goes out, it would be like out here. And that would give you still all this safe place over here to heal up in, but also the ability to shoot from here, but also to go wider and shoot from here if you had to chase someone who's retreating. You follow what I'm saying? Like, it gives you more ability to stay on a target while still in your healing station that is trying to close an angle on you for longer. So we would have preferred to adjust that station. And it would have been no risk to us to do so. We also could have let ourselves actually get healed up before we stepped out there. I'm doing well, Alice. I'm doing well.
The objective is knocking down the objective.
On my way.
Good. So, this was pretty good. We can make it better. This was really good. You almost had it. That soldier is standing still for you. Now, A, you could have hit headshots. But B, if a soldier is standing still and not aware of you, or if a target... Here's how this generally works. If a target is not aware of you and you're shooting at them at a distance, you actually, as a soldier, generally want to open with your Helix rocket. Because Helix rocket is a projectile, and once they start taking damage from your hit scan, they will start moving. They will react. So you fire the Helix rocket while they're not paying attention, and then while the Helix rocket is in the air, you can potentially follow up with damage. If they are aware of you and they're fighting you, what you tend to end up doing is you fight with your primary weapon, and then when they get low, you try to Helix rocket their feet. But if they're not aware of you to start, Helix rocket, then start shooting. That's going to be better, and that would have been the elimination here. As would a single another headshot, but hey. Ooh.
Enemies re-engaging.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
This old dog's learned a few tricks.
You left your cover pretty hard here. Where are you playing from? Where are you playing from? So let's go back here. Huzzah! We can play from here. We've got cover. Not sure why we're playing for him here. He sees us. He sees us. We do not get to open with our Helix rocket when he sees us. We open with our weapon damage when he sees us. And we could have stayed here, or we could have tried to transition to here. Very little reason not to stay here right now, because our team isn't really a threat yet. You see this? You're pushing in, and your team isn't really a threat yet. You want your team to... You'd actually like your team, because your team has the support, your team has more people. You'd like them to push in and be a little bit of a credible threat, and then half a second later, you open the angle and try to jump the soldier, just like you did before, where he's more likely to be looking at this other battle that's going on. You want to give like half a second for them to get attention. Let your core tank for you. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding. That's twice off the map so far. Totally self-inflicted wound. And these aren't resets. Ooh. You thought there was a path there? Well, it's actually an invisible path, and you just happen to step off it. If you will it hard enough, it's one of the... You can't look down. If you look down, the path will disappear. But if you don't look down, the path will be there. This invisible path that you can walk... Okay, not really.
Get in there. This will help. My ultimate.
Wait on your team. Wait on your team.
Nano is charged.
You don't have to go with them. Your other way was good. If you're going this way, I really hope you're going to loop through here. Nope, I don't want you just trying to contribute with your team here. I don't really want that. Okay. I mean, the Discord orb there was juicy. Almost. You know that she's going to want to res that. You're choosing to ignore it. Where's your cover? Where's your cover? Oh, McCree. Good. Thank you, McCree. You going to play from here? Okay. Cover, 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 cover. Hey! He joined the club. Nice, nice. You have a buddy. Okay. I still would like you to edge a little bit more over here. We have a little bit more in terms of cover option. I don't like this. What I'd actually like you to do is get up here and play the real high ground, where you have good cover options plus high ground. Like, this is what I'd really like. But if you're gonna be here, I'd at least like you to go over to here. Spoiler, you don't. You don't press shift to get soldier to fly. You don't need to push forward for this. You supported your McCree just as well from back here, except you had a cover option. You also have, you know, to be aware of the ability to fall off here, but you have a cover option. You can threaten both directions. You can use this as cover against either direction. This is where you want to be playing from to not let them in. We don't want to be on point. We want high ground. Please go back. Please go back. No, no, no! Okay, if our team is actually going to push forward and hold this, this is fine, but I'd have preferred you on the other side so that your retreat path took you to high ground. Are we gonna... Okay.
I've got you in my sights.
Fine. Turn right, turn right, turn right! You did need to scream at your team to push while you were doing that. Like, you did need to scream at them to push while you were doing that.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
Peace be upon my ultimate is charging.
What if Temporal started off in coaching by pocketing on Mercy, then coaching in real time? That's an interesting idea. The problem, Alice, is if I'm pocketing on Mercy properly, I will actually frequently not be able to see enough of what's going on because Mercy tends to be looking in other directions if played correctly and tends to be keeping herself out of sight if played correctly, when she can. So you can't always see enough of what you want to do. Plus, by the time, while you can potentially call the right thing to do, there's still transmission time. Like, Overwatch is actually a pretty fast game in team fights. And if you get any sort of call, like I can call fights, but I can't coach people in real time. So I can I can coach people in real time, but like coaching people in real time is much less effective than coaching people with pauses because what happens is I'm still explaining, I'm trying to tell you to go do something, and unless I just go do this, 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 that's fine. That's effectively me calling the game for them, and I can do that, but they don't get any of the why, so it really was just I do this, I do this, I do this, and that doesn't really actually help build into their system the right way to do it. It just helps them win. It doesn't just help them win that game, but I find it's not as helpful as doing that. That said, I'm not strictly opposed to it. I've done a little bit of live coaching here and there, and when I'm teaching teams how to play, I will sometimes take over their shot calling on very, very short-term bases just to show them what a shot calling structure should look like, as well as to reset teams when teams are just screwing up and their shot calling has fallen through. I'll sometimes just take over. Okay. Falling off is always an option. It's all Game Buster. Temporal just holds right click. They don't need to know the why. They just need to blind obedience to the scarf. Fair. At that point, I'm shot calling, though, not coaching. I did a few games with a diamond coach pocketing me. Was really fun. Okay. You'll get to cover no matter what, even not on this account.
Junkrat primed and ready.
Okay. You're going for the off angle again. Fine. You don't have the firepower that you did last time. No visor. They're down one. That makes this easier. That's a hog. That's dangerous. Okay, good. Oh boy. Leave. Yeah. So my concern here, going for the off angle is fine, but this is a big, powerful off angle, and that's a hog. You just can't. When you're going for these off angles, a surprise is a lot of your value. Having to turn them is a lot of your value. And you're not going to get a big enough lead on the hog. So like you're going like this, he gets shattered. Him getting shattered is really a blessing that they get shattered here. And it's okay that you shoot for a moment, but you do need to recognize your own cover. Okay, so like now they're turning and looking at you. So you could be like, nope, I'm going to go over here. Nope, I'm going to sprint down and hop over here. Like, it's okay for like, hey, if you guys are now paying attention to me, I will let my Zarya and Reinhardt tear you apart from behind. If you're paying attention to my Zarya and Reinhardt, I'll shoot you in the back. If you're paying attention to me and I haven't eliminated or mostly eliminated you, I need to skedaddle. Now, not all the way off the map, but I need to skedaddle a little bit. I need to find something that I can use with cover so that chasing me is more time with you exposing your back to my team. This is a push and pull, a give and take operation. If they're paying attention to you and you haven't almost eliminated them, get cover or get out. Now you're just fighting Soldier head on. This isn't an advantage. You're just fighting him head on. Now, you were winning that fight, but he does have a Valking Mercy nearby, and Hog will eventually do that.
Experience tranquility.
What's even the point of visor? Don't normal headshots give you more DPS? The point of visor is a faster reload. They do, but the reality is the game that we're playing in, our player is not going to be hitting all headshots. If we were talking about a Defran, an AKM, a Striker, yeah, what is the point of faster reloads? But yeah. I got to cover, coach. It was even on high ground. There was a Junkrat. I'm at 0 health, requesting permission to go to spawn. There you go. Right. Absolute consistency. But you didn't have to. You didn't have to accept your trip to the spawn room there. You could have been, if they're going to pay attention to me, I'm going to because your Reinhardt was right there swinging into their backs. So the longer that you survive, the longer that you play Ring Around the Rosie with Sprint, with Heal Station, with all those things, the more work your Rein does while they're paying attention to you. High ground. Good. Great. Go back to high ground. Go back to high ground. Go up the other direction. No. I don't like this heal station.
Everyone heal up.
Okay. Oh, look, you've left your heal station because your heal station wasn't where we wanted it. Why? Shooting at the soldier's fine. Soldier's gone. Shoot at the Mercy. You're not going to eliminate her, but shoot at the Mercy. Like, she's going to get the res off. But you knew she was going to get the res off. And think about where you just put yourself. You were in this situation where... I'm trying to do this right. If you're back here, you can shoot at the Mercy and then the Tracer. If you instead walk to here, you're shooting at the soldier's shooting at you, and the Tracer's going to come in and shoot at you. And the Mercy's going to help whoever, and you're going to be unhappy. Now, you might be thinking, no, if I don't eliminate the soldier, the point will flip, but you're not supposed to stop the 3 of them by yourself. You can't. I would much rather you stand here and eliminate or exhaust the Tracer while surviving, and they flip the point, than you get eliminated trying to fight 3 people at once, which is what you're doing right now. This is silly. This is silly. No. What, Mega?
I've got you in my sights. Not dead yet.
Okay.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle. Ready.
And your team got that, and that's good. But you could have been alive for that. You could have. You chanced your team not getting that by taking that 1v3.
Come out and face me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go back with me.
I hear you, Helix. I do.
Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
Okay. You're not going to be able to finish her. Why did you run this way? If your plan was to go here. If you wanted to fight the high ground, you could have gone here. If you wanted the flank, you then wouldn't have gone over here. You'd have gone over here. If your team was a we'll go this way, and you wanted to then go here and occupy points and make them push into you, you'd have done that. But, like, this routing doesn't make any sense. Oh, hi, Tracer. Heal station, heal station, heal station, heal station. You were too late.
The objective.
You're fighting Tracer. It's a duel. It's a duel. Here you go. You're fighting. You missed your Helix. It's unfortunate. We generally wouldn't have wanted to use our Helix quite this early in the duel. She has too many blinks and recall left. Now we'd be looking to heal station. We would. We've missed enough. We're missing enough health. We don't want to heal station last second, but we don't want to heal station when we're full health either. We want to heal station when we're kind of near full health. This is plenty adequate place to heal station. Heal station. Heal station. Too late. You lose.
The objective is now active.
You just walked until you saw an enemy. You had no plan. Okay. Well, high ground has benefits, so you could justify coming out this way. Or if your team was pushing this way, you could justify being, you know, legs and going, haha, super legs, and having gone for the flank here and tried to shoot them in the side. Those would have both been better openings than you did.
This old dog's learned a few tricks.
I don't know, Nard. I don't know. You should have, but what are you going to do? You going to go take kitchen while you wait for your team? Or are you going to ineffectively poke at the choke? Ineffectively poke at the choke it is. Cool. Fine with me. No problem. Tracer's gone. What are we shooting at? What are we shooting at? What are we helixing? Okay. That shot was an attempt at shooting a Tracer. Aim's getting a little suspect there. Not suspect as in like you're cheating, but suspect as in you're being lazy. Too late. You're healing stationing at 37. You don't healing station when you're at 45 or 37 health. If you've planted and decided this is where you're fighting, you want a healing station when you're like here or here on health. You know, somewhere in like above 100 health, preferably above like 120 health, because you want to actually have the station have some time to do some work. You know, 180 health could even be fine if that truly is where you want to take the fight from, or where you're stuck taking the fight from. Good. Run him down. Shift into Tracer's face. You take her with you. No! No, 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 no! You can't run away. You assert dominance and shift and run at Tracer. What about taking the stairs on coast for that high ground? You can do it. It's valid.
This old dog's learned a few tricks.
It would have more depended on your team wanting to fight, like, over point, which it didn't look like they were going to do, but it's doable. Don't just run it up mid. Don't just run it up mid. Oh, well, you're up one. You might get away with it.
Enemy in my sight. Where me with it.
Experience tranquility.
Ooh! We're gonna have to talk about that.
Securing
Game Master, I don't mind your aim struggling, but like you're just like weaving back and forth here with your aim. Like, remember, like those are too much and he's not moving enough to justify it. So this becomes a case of I'm not just waving my weapon in their general direction. It becomes a case of, hey, I'm aiming at where I think they are, and I'm making flicks to adjust constantly. I'm tracking, and tracking is an exercise in, okay, let's get a slightly better screen for this. Fine. You're shooting center mass rather than head, but I'll live. If this is what you want to do, that's fine.
Securing the objective.
But now we see the Reinhardt is swinging. The Reinhardt swinging is an indication to me that the Reinhardt is going to try to move forward. So we're going to pull our crosshair a little bit forward. It's not like some giant flick. We're just going to go, we're trying to shoot roughly center, and then we're going to be leading slightly forward. You're not trying to react. You're not trying to chase people with tracking. You are actually trying to lead them, but you're trying to lead them on their body, if that makes any sense. So we should be going, I want to get center, and then I want to air slightly to the right of center and sort of push forward. And then I think after this swing, he'll probably push back, so maybe he'll try and push back. Like, he's swinging, so he's going to go forward. Then he's going to realize that my Rhino is swinging, he's low health discorded, and my Rhino is in a transcendent, so he'll go back. So this should be I drag forward, and then I slightly try to drag back. But it's not like here. I'm not here on his body. I am like here on his body. Well, this would be center, so I'm actually adjusting to be like here. Where like I'm not, I might be trying to center mass, but to make my brain actually do it right, I'm trying to drag a little bit to the right in front of him because that's where I think he's going to go. Okay, there we go. For this, again, we're shooting behind him right now, and he's swinging, so that doesn't make sense. Now we try to drag forward, but again, we should now expect him to be pulling back. So this is sort of correct, but we need to correct our aim to like here-ish. And pulling that way very gently. Because he's going to walk away. He is going to walk away from the Transcendencing Zen. Like, that's... We know that. He should. He's obviously going to walk forward during his shatter. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to go into extreme aim mechanics here, but I wanted a little bit of a walkthrough because it looked like you were struggling a little there. And if that doesn't make sense, how I'm talking about tracking, how I'm saying, you know, it's not really flicks. Flicks are part of tracking, but you're really sort of going, hey, I'm sort of aiming at where I want to be, and I'm pulling it slightly forward. I'm pulling it slightly forward. I'm leading my enemy slightly, but I'm leading them while still on their body. If that doesn't make sense, talk to me. Good.
Greetings. Marked by the dragon.
Can I slow down the game like 4 times so my brain can process it all while playing? No, but you can break aim down to individual components. You can go, I'm going to practice hitting flicks exactly to this corner, and then going back, and exactly to this corner and back. And my crosshair's up here, and I flick exactly to this corner, and then go back. And my aim is here, and I flick exactly to this corner, and I go back. And my crosshair is here, and I flick exactly to this corner, and I go back. And oh, I flicked a little past the corner, so I do a micro flick back. You know, that, or, okay, I'm here, and I flicked, and I got a little short, so I do another micro flick to fix it. Like, you can break aim down to its component parts, and you can practice pieces of it. You can go like that. You can't slow down the game, but you can make aim simpler by working on one thing at a time. Like, you know, hey, I'm working on my flicks. And then you can work on, I'm holding my crosshair, I'm holding my crosshair at places where people are likely to show up. I'm holding it at the right height for people to show up at where they're most likely to show up. And, you know, that's a second component of aim that you can actively, consistently think about working on. You can go, I'm practicing flicks. I'm practicing very specific distance flicks. I'm practicing hitting that. Now I'm going to practice holding my crosshair where people are likely to appear so that it is easier to aim. Now I'm going to, and you just break down your components of aim like that.
Everyone, heal up.
Space battles and scrims, kind of slower.
Crusaders!
No heal station? This isn't really where you want to be, which is the real problem. You could just be chilling up here. You could just be chilling from up here and going, hey, look how easy this is. That would be an option. But since you took all this damage, we could at least heal station. Nope. Nope. Why are we in the middle? Why are we in the middle? We could hide behind our Reinhardt. Hide behind our Reinhardt. Hide behind the wall. We didn't miss anything.
I don't quit till the fight's done. I've got you in
What?
my sights.
What? No. No. Gambuster, you know better than that. You wouldn't coalescence into that situation.
Knock me down and I'll keep.
Why would you visor?
My ultimate
Okay, that's a lie. I've seen you coalescence into that situation. You know you shouldn't coalescence into that situation. What? 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 They're at 93%. They're at 93%. You actually had the better entrance. They're at 94%. You still have plenty of time to touch the point. This was the safer pathing onto the point. You have cover against all the opponents for longer, and then you can drop here, or you can decide, no, my team is going to touch in time. You can circle back here, and you could, after your team touches, drop from back here and roll them over. Like, that's what you'd actually do here. You were going way early, way early, way early. And you do touch point, but like, no, no. See how your Nano Ryan also touched point? And he touched it before overtime. Okay, Gamebuster, and I can understand that, but that just means you need to calibrate. So in the past, you've tried to cut it too close on touching the point, and you've missed a lot, and you've taken losses. So now you need to calibrate back in the other. And now I see you've calibrated too far because you touched this point at like 94% or whatever, and that's not going to work. You know, that's too early. So if before you were touching the point at 102%, well, that doesn't work. Now you're touching the point at 94%. Well, that doesn't work either. So you've moved, and that's fine. But now we need to bring it back a little bit, and what we're actually trying to get is somewhere between 97 and 99%, with 99% being optimal, but 97% being fine. Because if you touch at 97%, you will activate overtime. So this is you were over here. You've shown the ability to move it. Now let's try and bring it back again. We're going to, try to, and maybe we'll overshoot with this bringing it back, and we'll end up at 101%. That's fine. Then we'll go back again, but we're trying to narrow in on the correct place for your consistent touching of point. Right, sometimes unexpected stuff happens, like one boop, which makes 97% a good touch spot. And the truth is you'll evolve past that. You'll evolve past that to go, hey, let's consider it. Let's consider multiple people touching. But that's fine. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I like the thought of off-angling there, and I would have been fine with you committing as they were pushing, but they just didn't push for you. You gonna take kitchen now? Kitchen would be good. Kitchen, 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 kitchen. It's you debating. Okay. So they weren't looking at you. I'm going to live with that Helix rocket because she wasn't looking at you. The truth is she wasn't standing still enough for you to really hit that early one, but okay. Who are you shooting at? Tracer still? Mercy? Tracer? Mercy? Reloading? Soldier? Sure. Okay, got the nano. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. We could talk about how your cover was literally right here, but we could have talked about denying this health pack from the Ana by, you know, being right here, but hey. What are you shooting at? Anything that moves.
The war goes on. Experience tranquility. On my way.
Owie. Okay. They took one back. Let's keep it going.
Quit screwing around and get ready to move.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I cast this forth.
Okay. Fine. Statue, please take elephant. This is your high power position. This is the power position. Just like on the other map, it was the little slightly elevated high ground with the 3 pillars. This is what it is for Hitscan on this map. This is what you want control of, and you got here first, so you could make him very unhappy, just like you could have on the last map. Or on the first map. Okay. No, don't push in. You're perfectly happy here. Too late on the heal station.
Team, heal up here.
You're not getting punished for it, but you're too late on the heal station.
Thanks.
And once again, the heal station doesn't let you go deep enough. If your heal station was more like here-ish, you'd have the ability to be in here, to be in here. You could use it either way. You could take deep angles while still getting heal station benefit. No. Now we think about circling this way. We can circle out here onto elephant and do our work from over here. Don't need to walk forward yet. Okay. Back to elephant. Back to elephant. Back to elephant. Okay. It's fine. Work your way back to elephant. Press X. Good.
Thanks.
Okay. This is where you want to be playing from. You shoot the soldier, then the Zarya. You make it very hard for them to approach. It is much harder for this team to approach like this if they have a threat from over there and over here than it is if they're just being shot by multiple threats from here. This is more threatening to them. Nope. Oh, look! This soldier is doing the right thing. He would never have been able to get here to do this thing to you if you'd been holding this properly. Because you'd have been like, nope, not letting you advance, not letting you advance, and he wouldn't have been able to get this multi-directional push where his team pushes from here and he pushes from here, which is powerful. Now, you're still okay because you guys got the Tracer. Okay. Run. What? What? Sprint and run. Reinhardt literally can't catch you. Sprint away. Sprint! He literally can't catch you if you turn and run right now. But your healing station sucks. You can't use it for anything.
Surrender to my will.
Good. Okay, you gonna play Ring Around the Rosie on the pillar? Fine with me if you do. No, 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 no. We don't want to fight multiple of these at once. We'd rather be over here where we can use the pillar to block out these guys while fighting this. Or we could try and play Ring Around the Rosie a bit until we can dash away and get the Mega. Yeah.
This old dog's learned a few tricks.
Okay. Your 10 got one clipped and you didn't even turn?
Come here, get stabilized.
Can you please push up a direction that isn't main? Yeah, let's go this way. Good. Questionable reload.
I've got you in my sights.
Fine.
I love pulse munitions.
Hey, first good visor, I think. Not bad. No, you don't need to get pulled in here. You just want to go here. Remember, better angle. This is easy to defend against. The Rhine Shield blocks all of you. It works. If you're over here, you go, oh, I'm going to shoot Mercy. You go, oh, I'm going to, shoot Tracer. Like, it works better if you have a different angle. It helps. It compromises the value of their cover. When taking slight angles like an elephant, how much of a disadvantage is it when somebody else on your own team is standing there too? I feel like when this happens, I'm putting us both in danger. Not necessarily. Like, you could have a situation where you have your Reinhardt here, maybe you have Reinhardt and Reaper here, and you have you plus Zen here. That's fine. Not really a big deal. I don't think you're particularly putting them in danger. Or you might have a Mercy with you, damage boosting you over here. Again, that's fine. Or you have a Hog here with you. Again, I'm not particularly bothered. However, it often takes time to walk and rotate to the opposite side. I also find it happens with high ground where Ashe is already there, mostly on BAP. It's not so much that you're putting them in danger, Helix. What ends up happening is you would prefer you have multiple angles. So, like, if you could have someone over here, a threat here, and a threat here, so you have 3 different angles, that would be great. 2 angles would be better than 1. 1 would be the worst. So, like, if someone comes and joins you, that might mean your team doesn't control as many angles as you would like, and if you have time, you might want to go take a different angle. But honestly, as long as you're not all stacking here, like, 2 angles is still better than 0. 2 angles is still better than 1, so it's still fine. Like, yes, if you have lots of time because you just wiped them and someone's standing here and you don't feel like you pair well with them, like, it's not a Mercy, something like that, or like your Ashe is standing here when you're Soldier, you might go, ew, and leave and go over here, and that's fine. And then you'll go to drop down here and rip them apart from the side and go back up and all that, but like, you just go, if your Ashe joins you as the fight is going on, you just go whatever, and then you split when you get a chance. I hope that answers the question, Helix. And I wouldn't worry about it too much on supports. Like, if you're Soldier or Ashe or whoever and BAP joins you over here, I'm going to let BAP position wherever they want, and I'm going to take the angle that I want, because I'm going to think my BAP is figuring out what they need to do to keep themselves behind my team while still having an angle to contribute from. So I just don't care what they're doing. It's not that I don't care, but I'm not going to, like, try to run away from them. They're trying to position themselves with different things in mind than I am. You're here. You're running over here. Good. This is a big wide swing, and I'm not sure why you made this swing so wide. Like, this was fine. This was fine. Literally, the elephant itself is fine. I'm not sure why you're down over here. Now you're so far away from your cover. You're so far away from your cover. Healing station? I don't like it, but healing station? Healing station? No.
I've got you in my sights. The The war goes on.
I need healing.
Surrender to my will. Get into position. Огонь по готовности.
Okay. Ha!
Lessons charging.
My ultimate ability is ready.
Pass this forth.
All systems checked out.
Roof surfing. Yeah. I mean, you just spent a long time. You used your element of surprise here, didn't get value for it, took a long time, decided not to transition to here, which would have been their cover from, like here's your team. If you go here and you don't immediately get punished, their cover is completely compromised against you, and you either eliminate people or they have to back up like behind this, which lets your team onto the point. That was the play there.
I need to recharge.
Got you in my sights.
I'm on fire.
Okay.
Victory.
You cheated. You went Bastion. You're carry hero. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so here's what we're gonna say about Soldier. There's a lot of places we could go. We could talk about your tack visors because this was really the only good one. We could talk about your positioning, high grounding, off angling. We probably will. You're doing it like you clearly have some grasp of it and you're trying it, and I like that. And clearly that carries over from your Bastion, from your Diva play, all those things. That's good. But it definitely needs some ironing out. We will talk about your heal station usage because that comes out in bad locations and doesn't come out in too many situations where you get eliminated. So let's start with your let's go ahead and start with your heal stations. So heal stations, you generally want to position when you're in poke battles in places where they let you have offense and defense. So you want to put a heal station down where it can be like, hey, here is my cover, and I put my heal station maybe here at the edge. So I can stand here as a person and go pew, 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 pew. I can also range out further if I want to leave my cover further like this and still be in the effect of my heal station, which I might have to do if someone else is trying to retreat behind cover and I'm trying to finish them, but still get the effect of my heal station. But I've also, from this sort of heal station, got the ability to be fully behind cover and totally protected. Those are the places I want to drop my heal station. When I drop my heal station, I think of that as a committal. I've committed to taking the fight from here. And in poke situations, this is what I want to engineer to be the case for my heal station usage. But in other situations where I'm stuck in the open fighting a Tracer, or I'm stuck in the open fighting a Genji, someone jumped on top of me, a Winston, cover isn't really a thing, a diver got on top of me. In those situations, I'm less interested in the heal station's location, though it still matters, and I'm more interested in getting the heal station down while I have enough health left. Now, it gets more advanced than that because I want to make sure like a Winston doesn't bubble me off from my heal station. But to start with, I want to make sure I'm not using a heal station when I'm at 40 life or 50 life, but I'm instead using a heal station after I'm missing a little life, after they've spent a little bit on me, but not so much that I'm just going to get bursted down. Like a heal station at 50 does nothing because I still just get bursted down. A heal station at 120, 160 means it's hard to burst me down because I will be getting some healing as that health is losing, so I actually do effectively have more health. So I want to use my heal stations in poke situations, in places where I can use both offensive and defensive ability off of them, and I want the surface area of the heal station to give me real offensive potential, to give me places that I can stand and be aggressive with it. When I'm actually just fighting someone, when I'm stuck in a duel with a flanker, I want to make sure that that heal station is down once I'm missing some, but not a ton of health. That's just how I have to think of it. It still does root you, so you still do have to be aware that if you drop your heal station, it's possible Tracer will just leave and come fight you later. So there is that to balance with, don't get me wrong, but you need to make sure your heal station is going down before you get eliminated and before you're actually like 40, 50 health, because that's happening way too often. Then we should probably talk about your positioning, and really it's going to be get your power positions. This is a power position. The high ground on Sanctuary or Sanctuary, I forget, is a power position. Get those power positions and play for them. And let your team be that credible distraction for it. You are pushing into some fights willy-nilly. You are pushing yourself into places like we saw in the first point where you could get attacked by multiple people, but you can't fight multiple people at once. You don't have the extreme firepower that Bastion does, so your positioning needs to be a little more thought out and a little less extreme. Bastion can do I'm going to just sneak all the way behind you and try to melt 3 of you before I get eliminated, and that's fine. Soldier can do that too, but he's going to have better aim if he does that, so he's generally instead going to prefer, hey, I'm going to play this, where this is a good off angle, but I can rejoin my team. I have this. If you push me, I can join my team. I can heal station. I can do all those things. So he's going to take angles. He can sprint back, but he's going to take angles that he can retreat from. You do want those angles. You do want your team to be a credible threat and then to do their thing. But take these power positions that we've talked about. Usually power positions are going to be high ground. This is the power position on this point. The power position on the first map was that high ground over there. Really want you to be aware of these to get the value of these. And what these are is off angles that are very relevant to where the fight has to happen on these control points. So I hope those make sense. If you upgrade your control station usage, your healing station usage, and you upgrade your heal station usage and really play for these power positions, get to understand your flanks, your off angles a little bit better, it will help you. We talked about lots of other stuff, like when to use Helix rockets, a little bit about your visor, a little bit about aiming mechanics in general. There's plenty of other things we could go into, but I really don't want to overload you. So if either of these topics don't make sense, you need more on the topic, please tell me, but I don't want to give you too much here. Repair doesn't use charge when full, Nard. Temporal, is there ever a time apart from Overtime to pick Soldier over Ashe? Is there ever a time to pick Soldier over Ashe? This is good. Happy to hear it, Ghostbuster. Is there a time to pick Soldier over Ashe? Probably not really right now. Probably not really right now, but I'd have to think about that harder, Nard. Probably, yeah. You could get more total, like, yeah, there probably is. It's kind of niche, though. It's going to have to take advantage of either the more consistent shield pressure without the painful reloads, the more consistent, I'm just going to do this, less pick-off potential, but more consistent pressure if you're trying to wear a team down, as well as being harder to chase down for a dive. Because while Ashe can coach weapon herself away, Soldier is harder to catch with he can just sprint. He can sprint repeatedly. Okay. Do you recommend I continue to play as another hero like Ashe McCree or whatever? Soldier's fine. Like, he's not the best hero as Nardstrom is getting at here. McCree is more meta, Ashe is more meta, but Soldier in gold is no trouble whatsoever. It's not going to be a problem in plat either. It only starts to run into, hey, are you playing meta when you get up to Masters GM with that kind of thing where there's enough. Like, if we want to talk about the meta DPSs this second, it's probably going to be, well, obviously we have our McCree and our Mei. We know those for Double Bubble. We'll occasionally see like a Doomfist or a Reaper in there, sometimes even a Junk, but like primarily it's these two. And then for Double Bubble, what we end up seeing is the Tracer, the Sombra, the Echo, the McCree, and the Hanzo are probably the most common that we see coming out for the double bubble. So like we've doubled up on McCree here, but you could effectively call these the sort of meta DPS right now. And you'll notice, oh, I missed Ashe. Yeah, so we've effectively, you could call these the sort of meta DPS right now. You could sneak a few more in here, and there. I kind of stuck Junkrat in there. RJ? Why did I call that RJ? Oh, Reaper Junkrat. Okay, I kind of snuck these two in here. This would be agreed on. This would be agreed on. These are sort of a little more iffy. Some mix of these. These are sort of the meta DPS, but it doesn't matter because neither of these are meta comps in the slightest. I think playing Soldier is totally fine, and Soldier is a good hero where if you learn and understand hero, Soldier, it's hard to be wrong with Soldier. Like, he's not the optimal pick in a lot of places, but it's very hard to find yourself in unwinnable situations with Soldier. He's actually a good hero to learn the game on. Okay. I don't really care what I play as long as it's useful. It's pretty easy to be useful on Soldier. You might not take over every game, but it's pretty easy to be useful as Soldier. What is the best hero? The best hero? The best hero right now is probably McCree. There's arguments for, hey, Tracer's still powerful. There's arguments for, hey, Winston is quietly doing more work than people realize. There's arguments for, buffed Sombra looks pretty interesting. Buffed Hog is going to look scary. But it's probably McCree would be the general answer right now. Oh, there's arguments for current Reinhardt, I guess. But McCree is probably the safest answer there. It was Ashe. I just didn't finish writing it, blah. Pharah with double bubble. You could use Pharah, but you're only going to use Pharah in double bubble if you're playing against a brawl comp. Otherwise, you're going to use Echo, and it's not a serious disadvantage to use the Echo. So yes, you could fit Pharah in there about as well as I fit Junkrat into brawl. So yeah, you could do that. Is Pharmacy meta right now? Not really. McCree is really hard. He is. I think Soldier is easier to. I think Soldier is easier to learn the game on unless you flick shots or something that you already have a lot of practice on. It's still, and you're gonna still learn good habits on Soldier if you're doing it right. Rather play Ashe. That's fine. Ashe is good. McCree's more versatile right now, but Ashe is good. People aren't gonna complain about an Ashe. You can practice. You can practice it, Game Buster. If you're missing the dynamite, you just practice until you aren't missing the dynamite. Then the dynamite is really easy. The easy version of the dynamite is you hit the dynamite button, and then you just immediately hold left click in the direction you threw the dynamite, and you'll hit it. That's how it works. It's automatic. That said, you want to be able to vary your dynamite distance more than that, so you do want to get good at actually hitting it. That's true, Blah. That's true. Okay. If there's any more questions, go ahead and throw them up in chat now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, because that really helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on, all that good stuff. No questions. Doesn't matter if you play meta, if you play it wrong. True enough. And I think that's going to do it. Okay. And let's go back to a Soldier screen here. Don't walk off the map, Gold Soldier. Ooh, I might do that. I might do that. That's fun. Okay. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.